Okay, so I've got Kyle McLaughlin from Tough Mudder joining us. Kyle, great to talk with you.
Brett, how are you?
Well, well, I guess as weird as this is, you and I were just talking a little bit before we started recording, but this is just obviously as weird as this world is right now. But it's got to be even more weird for you because you came, you literally fought through the fire to save Tough Mudder and then to bring Tough Mudder back. And there's a lot of there was a lot of work to be done and work that was done. And then the whole world, got cut out from underneath us. You knew what the playing field looked like before when you were putting all the pieces back together. Now we kind of have no idea. So I guess my question is, how are you and how is Tough Mudder?
We're in a really great place. I mean, I think what a lot of people don't appreciate about how crazy that story was back in December, we were in a really good spot at the end of the year last year. Joe and I had been working on bringing the two businesses together, putting the merger together, and what was supposed to be a very normal, healthy, bringing the two families of OCR around the world into one spot. And then get kicked in the teeth by the founders of the business. But we were in such a good place that we really were able to pick up where we left off when we got things back up and running. Took so much of the team with us, and the integration with Spartan has been really smooth, and we couldn't say enough great things about how that's moving so far. And we're keeping TM very much kind of intact the way it was.
Now, you guys share an office?
We are actually on the TM side in no office at the moment. So we're going to go remote for a while. We've been toying with the concept long before Spartan and long before COVID. And the COVID situation, I think, like many companies, encouraged us to think that through. But team's really in a great place. We've been in New York for so long, and so much of our team spends half their year on the road, traveling to events and putting events on that they were really kind of nomadic. And I think now they're happy to not have to pay for Brooklyn apartments anymore.
That's true. How is the team doing overall? I mean, I know as an event producer, it's just insane to not be able to put events on right now.
It's been a roller coaster ride. I think as we saw what came on in March and April and May, it was an interesting all right. I think everybody sat there in March saying, well, this is going to be a couple months, and I think Joe put it well, right? July 1st, we're going to be back to normal, back to business. And even for a moment there, things looked like that were possible. But I think as we're seeing how things, particularly in the last couple of weeks, are going, it's given us a little bit of a different perspective. But we're really buoyed by the recent trajectory of how things are going. We've launched Tough Mudder Challenges a couple of weeks back, which we took some time on. Everybody went to virtual in the first few weeks after the pandemic, and I came from the traditional running world. I'd been in New York City Marathon for a long time before I came over to Tough Mudder in 2018. And I'd seen a lot of what virtual was like back in the days where Disney had built it and we had built it at the marathon. And it was really this experience where you ran around your block and you submitted your results and somebody sent you a medal and t-shirt in the mail. And that's great when you're Disney, right? And people will buy Mickey Mouse ears on anything all day long. But that type of product isn't sustainable in the long run. So when everybody went to virtual right off the bat, we took a moment and said, all right, we're going to play this out. We're going to build something we want to be authentic to the Tough Mudder experience. It has to be team-oriented. It's not about leaderboards and competition. It's about fun and irreverence and motivating people to do something they didn't think they could do. We launched Tough Mudder Challenges 3 weeks ago. We got 4,000 people doing the first challenge, 21-day challenge, and the momentum is great. The reviews have been fantastic. We ironed out all the little technical challenges we had in the early days. But we're really pleased with the way that's going. And launching 2021 calendar today, just icing on the cake for that.
Well, let's talk about the calendar real quick. And, first off, congratulations on I love the way you guys did the virtual, because it wasn't exactly what you said. It wasn't the same old plain Jane virtual where, hey, here you go, here's your medal.
Yep.
It was definitely something that required a lot of thought, and I love the fact that Tough Mudder has always kind of pushed the envelope with what you do. So that's just a kudos. So let's talk about the 2021 schedule. So 2020 this year. So this year's a wash. This year it's just going to be virtual. There might be some other things coming up, but there's going to be no in-person races scheduled.
Yeah, so up about 2 weeks ago now, we made the decision to pull the rest of the 2020 season on the calendar. The markets that we had left were all places that weren't looking so great. Southern California, Texas, Seattle, Washington State area. So a painful decision to make, both U.S. and globally for all of our events. But we were sitting here today saying, now, do we think we've got a chance of getting there? And also being in a very different spot. What a lot of people don't appreciate is because of what happened back in December, January, February, we hadn't started the season yet, which means we didn't have our trucks on the road, we didn't have our team on the road, we didn't have all the stuff moving, t-shirts sitting in the warehouse that we would need to do. And so making the decision now to say, are we ready to start all the wheels in motion to get those events ready for the fall? Or are we going to focus and pivot to 2021? And for us, it was a decision about safety of the team, safety of the participants, really hedging as to where things were going and determining that we're going to shift our focus to delivering a knockout 21 and deliver some great
plus you can focus on something versus kind of dip your toe in, not really sure if it's going to happen or not. I like the idea of being just going all in on next season. And next season starts, where you're starting in like December, right? I should have it up in front of me, but I don't. But you're starting very early in the year next year, anyways.
Yeah, starting in the kind of first part of the spring, which is what we traditionally kick off in California in April. So we've given ourselves a little bit of time there. I think January, February, March, we'll see. We're optimistic that COVID will be on the other side of by the time we get to April. And kicking off, LA has always been a great spot for us to start the season. I know, fingers crossed. But even that, like a lot of the science that's coming out in the last couple of months, is starting to show that outdoors are really the safest place you can be. And if you look at how much we've learned about COVID in the last few months, think about how much more we're going to know in the next 6 months. I'm confident we're going to be in a much better place by the time we get to April next year.
As well am I. I had a conversation, a couple of weeks ago where we were talking about this, and the bottom line, I guess the question I was asked was, will OCR survive? I'm like, this is exactly what OCR is. We adapt, we overcome, we figure it the heck out, and we move on. And
we've been training for this for years, right? Overcoming obstacles. Yeah.
Exactly. This is just invisible and prevalent. Anyways, but so there's that. So we posted the schedule on the Run Guide, and this video is actually going to be a part of that whole little nugget there. But there are a lot of dates on there that don't have links yet. Do you want to talk to that a bit?
Yeah, so we've got about 85% of the U.S. calendar locked in, venues secured, confirmed. We've got a few other ones where we're just finalizing last couple of details. Interestingly, as everybody is shifting their calendar to 2021, a lot of the venues we work with don't just host us. They host concerts and festivals, and they're trying to get everybody mapped out for next year. So Pittsburgh, NorCal, Colorado, Virginia, we're still kind of tidying up the last final details on the weekend, but for the most part, we're in a really good place. In the U.S., UK calendar, for your international listeners, all confirmed. So 7 Tough Mudder weekends, and then 3 of our new city series format over there, which we're hoping to eventually bring over to the U.S. as well, maybe towards the back end of next year. More of a 5K, 10K, kind of similar to Spartan's Stadium series, but done in a more urban park environment. So we're looking back to normal next year, delivering a full season. We've got a lot of innovation projects in the works, a couple new event formats, new obstacles, and really enhancements to the on-site experience. So as we've, COVID has, given us a different perspective on a few things, we chose to take the step to move cashless. So we've removed parking and bag drop fees from the on-site experience. That'll all be integrated at checkout now. So, no queues to get into parking, no queues to get into bag drop, a very smooth and seamless pre-start experience to get people on course as smoothly and quickly as possible.
So one of the things that I noticed just reading the bylines of the email, if you register before August 3rd, you actually get to skip that $10 fee. So it's like a $10 off if you register now, in the next, does math, week and change.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're not advertising that widely, right? But we're going to turn those fees on and flip the switch on that on August 3rd. So if you know what event you want to go to next year, now's the time to grab your ticket. And Brett, we talked about this kind of last fall when we were rolling out a lot of our 2020 announcements, but we made a big shift and pivot on the way that we handle pricing and promotions around tickets. for a long time, the OCR world in particular has become really heavily reliant on promotions and discounts and sales. And I think
what we do.
it's what we do, right? But I think we've also, as a community, given customers the wrong idea, right? They never know when the right time to buy is, because they don't trust if today's the best price or that best price is coming, 2 months from now or at a sale or some other point in the future. So we've chosen to go with a really transparent kind of pricing schedule. The prices you get today are, going to be largely the best prices you're going to get. We've posted the schedule of when those prices are going to go up. And we may have a sale moment or something occasionally, a Black Friday or a New Year's, but it's not going to be the, every single Wednesday it's this and every single Thursday it's that type of promotions that a lot of OCR brands have, kind of fallen into the habit of. So we're breaking the cycle on that one, but I can guarantee you, if you're going for it now, what event you want to do next year, grab that ticket and join the Tough Mudder Challenge while you're at it, because keep you motivated and keep your training up.
Yeah, and keep you in shape and ready for it. Well, Kyle, awesome talking with you. I wanted to keep this brief. I look forward to, multiple conversations as we ramp up to, well, we'll say normalcy, as we ramp up to the 2021 and getting back out there on the course. And I'm still looking forward for the Arizona date for you guys to come back again, because you were gone for a couple of years. So I'll hold you to that, you guys showing up back here in Arizona.
We're looking forward to it. Thanks, Brett.
Thank you so much. Take care, Kyle. Cool. That should be pretty good. I'll check it right now, but I think it should be pretty straightforward.
All right.
Still, it was amazing. It still was 16 minutes, even though I tried to keep it short. I'm good at that, but cool. Well, yeah, if you have anything, just give me a holler. I'll keep plugging along, but feel free. Bonnie is still on staff, but she's just doing it. We let everybody go. She's just doing that right now out of the kindness of her heart until the world comes back to normal. So even if you email her, I get it anyways, but feel free to pop me any bit of info, and we'll move from here.
You got it. Sounds good.
As those dates do come available, please, because we're down to a skeleton crew here of, well, just me and Chris. As those dates do become, registration is open for those dates, pop me those links and just send me a note and I'll take care of it.
Sure. You got it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Take care.